Good morning. We're having a look at KZL Kingara zinc, and we're just going to go through some slides that hopefully still work, and they don't. Maybe if I come over there. They do. Okay, and hopefully we can see my cursor up here. Okay, I've brought out to the weekly. We're covering about 4 years worth of data. There's a nice big overhead resistance line up here. By the time price gets up there, maybe that's that $4 one. We've also got this down trending one here, and price is just about to approach that. We've got a nice one running underneath here. I'll move in now to a closer slide. I just wanted to give that overall perspective. Beyond that, we're now coming up and trying to take on the cloud. We haven't been on the other side of the cloud since late 2007. Moving into a close view of the same chart, we see that we've got this line coming back down through here. Price has got to take it on, and by beating that line, it represents coming up through the cloud. Now, the other things that I've been interested in is watching this lag line, this brown line here, and this blue part of the cloud, where there's this bad knob that's been created, and I'm looking at price holding that spot. That's where I've got that purple line there. Currently it has held. I'm looking for that lag line to get into the cloud. If it gets into the cloud, it's got that purple line of support, and then it can try and come up here, and this line is now becoming no longer valid in the next week, because I've been looking at the bottom of these wicks, and that's been the upper purple line creating that resistance. Once this lag line gets into the cloud, it then opens up this area because we're away from those wicks, and then we've got to try and beat those while price is trying to beat the cloud over on this side. I'll move on because we only get a certain amount of time. This is the daily, and I've got a wide angle on it. I wanted to be able to see this blue channel. Using that recent low gives us an upper band up here, which is then chasing up into that $2 range. If we go across the tops, we do it from this one. That, unfortunately, is if it fails at this cloud and turns around and starts going. Again, I would be watching for that little blue knob there, but I'm more watching on the weekly, but it's not truly involved in this chart, but I would be watching for that level there. Now we'll come in a bit closer so that we get to see what we're really looking at here. Now we've got a trend line going across the tops here. Now last week it came up and tested it. I'd be looking for price must get through that line. It has to get through that line, come up here, up into the bottom of this cloud. We've still got the lag line below the candles. It had that big travel up and down on that candle, left it on top, but we've dropped back below. We'll come back up here, test this area, which would be another test of that trend line, and if we can get above that pink line, we can hopefully travel up here, which would give you that, I don't know, 87 sort of cent mark. So we're not talking big amounts here. We've done that recent range. Can we come down here and get pink above this red? So currently we've got below the candles, pink below red, price below cloud, and the cloud in bear formation. So we've still got a lot of bad things, but we've got this purple line here, which was the weekly blue bottom of the cloud, as support. We've now got this trend line underneath as support, and we're looking to try and come up here, and even if it's testing the bear channel, so we're looking at coming off this bull channel, testing this one back into this area and coming out. Now I've also done a 1 hour chart. It highlights that resistance line there, and we've also got the test, and we've moved away. Now we've moved above the cloud, and currently it's not a bad breakout, but we see that we've been doing this ranging. Now the reasons why I like this blue knob: resistance at the blue knob. This one first drop out to the blue knob, went below it. Now we've popped out and the blue knob is back up in this area again around that 87 cent 90 cents level, and I'll be looking at continuing that. I want to come in closer because this would be a trading chart. It's a 1 hour chart showing what's happened over the last 2 weeks. Now we've come up through the cloud, hit that resistance line. We're now back down into this area. Things of interest are that this lag line has finally got out. It's been travelling down through the cloud. We've got out, so that's a bull signal. We've got a bull cloud. The faster moving line is above the slower moving line. That's pointing upwards. It's not a bad look. Price though is below these two, and we want pink to be above red. If price can come back up through this dotted line, and we're only talking that 84 85 cents, and it would start to, well, 84 cents, we break that dotted blue line, which would reverse that around, and that is a buying signal coming back up through these two lines. The pink line then would be encouraged to come back up, and then we would be hitting this trend line. Now that's looking for the lag line to come over this group of candles, and then that would give us the double top, and if we're up in that situation, well, then we can break out hopefully. The reverse of that is the price then travels under these candles, coming up here, slides up one of these creating the double top, comes back down and is trapped underneath, and in which case price would be coming down here testing this cloud. Using the same methodology I used before with the bottom of the blue cloud, we now have that little blue knob there. I've put a light blue line there to symbolise it. It's around the 79 cent mark, so that would be part of how I look at ranging. So price would come back here and then come back up through, creating a trend line coming in line with the current cloud. They're my thoughts. Currently that would be a buy, but you've got to be able to break that resistance, and then you go back into the daily and the weekly charts to see what resistance lines that you can break, and maintaining support lines underneath. Hope that was of assistance. Thanks.